Hi everyone, welcome back to Risa Does Makeup. Today's video is called Beauty Superstars. This is a tag created by my good friend Stephanie Marie, and I'm gonna link her original Beauty Superstars video in the description bar. I know a lot of you are already subscribed to her, and she is just so good about coming up with original content for her channel. She likes to think outside the box and not do what everybody else has done. And when she posted this video and tagged me and some other YouTubers, I thought this is brilliant because what it's about, what the concept is that I'm gonna be showing you, and these other YouTubers that have been tagged, we're showing you products from brands that we think are standouts, that are superstars. So say you've never tried anything from Gerard Cosmetics, and the reason why is because you just didn't know where to start. Like, what are the best products? You see YouTubers pushing the products and Instagrammers, like, well, what's actually good? What should I start with? So that's what this video is. I'm gonna go through different brands and tell you what I think the standout products are. Now, I watched a couple of the other tag videos, and a lot of people did, the major brands, the Tarte, MAC, Too Faced, and I thought I would focus my video more on smaller brands. Well, not that small. I mean, I am gonna show you like my favorites from Charlotte Tilbury, just because that is one of my favorite brands. And I know it's a brand that people are intrigued by, but they might not have like actually taken the leap to purchase because, again, they don't know, well, if I'm gonna buy one or two things, what should I buy from that brand? And my video is going to focus more on some smaller brands that are less likely for you to have already tried. Now, I can do another video. I can do a part 2 of this if you'd like, with the major brands like Tarte, Too Faced, MAC. I can do that, but if I did that all in this video, it would be like an hour long. So I had to narrow it down. So let's get right to the beauty superstars. Oh, I wanted to say a couple things before I get started. One, if you are a YouTuber that was not tagged, but you think this is a great idea, please go ahead and do it. And then let me know, let Stephanie know that you've done it. And we would love to see what your beauty superstars are. And also, if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be a part of the Risa Does Makeup family. All right, so let's start with Gerard Cosmetics. I haven't seen it being as heavily pushed lately as I have in previous years. They have an affiliate program. I'm not a part of it. I was actually turned down for their affiliate program, but that was like about a year or two ago. I didn't have enough subscribers apparently for them to offer me a code. But anyway, I still use the brand because I saw it all over Instagram and on YouTube. And my first impressions of the company weren't great. I tried some of their lipsticks, felt that they were pretty drying. I really did like their light up lip glosses. The lip glosses all would light up. So if you were out at night and you open up your lip gloss, it had a little light and a little mirror so you could apply it. And people would always ask me like, oh, what is that? And I would tell them it was Gerard Cosmetics. And I think the lip glosses themselves are okay, but those aren't the standouts to me. The standouts from Gerard Cosmetics are the highlighters. I would have to say that these highlighters and Becca highlighters are my #1 favorites. I have this shade called Grace. I think I first purchased this one because I saw that Stephanie Lang, who's a big YouTuber, was using this in all of her photos and a lot of her videos, and I just loved how glowy it made her look. And I go in phases. Sometimes I like a very little glow, sometimes I like a lot of glow. I've never been one to like that extreme, like over the top highlight. But with these, I find the intensity to be adjustable. You can do a light amount and get a little bit of glow. You can go in more heavily. It doesn't emphasize a lot of texture. Of course, any highlighter is gonna emphasize texture a little bit, but it's not chunky glitter. As I said, the pigment's great. I also have the shade Brigitte. This one is a little bit more of a pinky tone. So the highlighters are fantastic, but I also love their Slay All Day setting spray. It comes in a bunch of different scents. I have the peach, and it smells so good. It keeps my makeup on all day. I have a couple of different setting sprays, you know, around my vanity, but I would say this is the one I reach for the most. I also use this to spray my brush if I am going to be applying an eyeshadow wet or foiled. So I highly recommend their setting sprays. And it seems like they're always offering some sort of deal or bundle, or they're having a 40% off sale. There are so many codes floating around. Pretty much every major YouTuber has a code for Gerard Cosmetics, or if you follow them on Instagram or Snapchat, they're always posting, like I said, 30 off, 20 off, 40 off codes. So moving on to Stellar Cosmetics. This is a brand that I actually did a one brand tutorial for a couple months ago. They sent me a bunch of products, and of course, as with any brand, there are hits and misses. I ended up ordering like totally the wrong foundation color, totally the wrong concealer color, but they were good products. They weren't bad at all. I have really nothing bad to say. But I did find some standouts within the brand. One of them being this blush. It is in the shade Flare. I would say it's very similar in color to NARS Orgasm. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more peachy coral than the NARS, which I think is a little bit more peachy pink, but it's a beautiful color. It has a little bit of sheen to it, not chunky glitter, just a sheen. So if you like a blush if you don't want to do two steps, blush and highlighter, you just want a glowy blush, this is really nice. It's really pigmented, and it's so pretty on. And then another item that I think is a standout from Stellar is this face sculptor. And it's come in two colors. I don't remember. I will put all of the products in the description bar as always. So this contains two highlighters, very, very buttery. This is a gold. And then this one is a little bit more silvery pink. What I've been using the most in this palette is the contour shade. So this is the contour shade. And I have found that it is the perfect light, natural looking contour color for someone with light skin. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's not too dark. It has just worked better than probably any other contour powder I have, so I've been reaching for this a lot. So moving on to the Balm Cosmetics. I feel like this is one of the most underrated brands. I have almost all of their eyeshadow palettes. I have their blushes, and everything I've purchased I've really, really enjoyed. And this is a palette that I have recommended to so many people. It is called Meet Matrimony, and mine's a little bit dirty. I cleaned it off the best I could, but this is what it looks like. And these are all matte shades. That's why it's called Meet Matrimony. And I'll swatch one of them for you so you can see the pigment. So if you were to ask me what my top 5 eyeshadow palettes were, this would definitely be on the list. And the next product from the Balm that I really think is amazing, and I just realized I'm showing you a lot of highlighters, it's the Mary Luminizer. You've probably already heard about this before. This is maybe the one product that most people, if they've tried the Balm, this is what they've tried or they've heard about. Mary Luminizer. This one is kind of similar to the Gerard Cosmetics Grace. It has a little bit more gold to it than Grace. But what I like about this one is that the tone of it works for a lot of people. Some of these other like cooler tones or kind of icier tones don't work well on on all skins. I've put this on very, very fair faces to very, very deep tones, and it's looked really, really beautiful. So they really kind of hit that right balance of cool and warm with this highlighter. And this is not for the faint of heart though. This is a pretty strong highlight. And if you like a bright tear duct area, this is great for that as well. I apologize for showing you so many highlighters. I didn't realize I had so many in here. Now I want to talk about Charlotte Tilbury. Now for this tag, I believe we were only supposed to mention like 1 or 2 products from each brand that were the standouts or superstars, but I couldn't, with Charlotte, I couldn't narrow it down. I have 4 must-haves from her line. The first being one of her blushes. My personal favorite is this one called Ecstasy. She calls these blushes Swish and Pop because there's, as you can see, there's a ring on the outer corner, which is your Swish color for your main cheekbone area, and then the pop, which she says to apply just like to the apples of your cheek for a pop of color. I swirl my brush through both. I don't really do the swish and pop technique, but this shade Ecstasy just goes with any makeup look I do. I also have one, I have this one, I have First Love. I have all of them except for one, I believe. The shades are just so beautiful and it lasts all day, even on my oily skin. I can apply this blush early in the morning and I can still see it at 10 o'clock at night. Next up is the first product I ever bought from Charlotte Tilbury, and that's the Filmstar Bronze and Glow. She has since come out with a medium to deep version of this duo because for I think the first couple of years it was just this was the only option. And of course this isn't going to work for any medium to dark skin. So there is a darker version, and this, much like the Stellar, it's a good neutral shade for contouring. And this highlight is great for someone who just wants a really subtle glow. This isn't for someone who wants that Instagram highlight. You would have to go to the Mary Luminizer for something like that. This is just a really nice, subtle, candlelit glow that will suit a lot of people. Yes, it's pricey, but I have had mine for a long time and I haven't even hit pan. And that could be because I have so many other options that I rotate through, but I always go back to this. It was a great purchase. And the other items that I think are superstars from Charlotte's line are the lip liners. I have not been without my Pillow Talk or my Iconic Nude for a couple of years now. This one is Iconic Nude. Now here is Pillow Talk. I also love her Rock and Kohl eye pencils. I have Bedroom Black and Barbarella Brown. I use this to tightline, and also if I put liner in my inner rim, it stays all day. A lot of people have asked me in previous videos, or have told me in previous videos, that when they do tightline, it transfers to the lower lash line. I've never had that issue, so I can't say for sure that this is the answer, but it is a great pencil that I suggest you try if you are having issues with your eyeliner disappearing. This is great. I actually didn't like it the first time I used it. I thought because it is more of a Kohl pencil, that it wouldn't last, because Kohl pencils are meant to be more smudgy. And in my mind, smudgy means disappear. And that wasn't really the case. It smudges out nicely, but then it sets. So I do really like these pencils as well. All right, I'm gonna go a little bit faster with these remaining brands. Kiko lip glosses. I've mentioned before in another video that we have a Kiko Milano store here in Las Vegas at the Fashion Show Mall if you're ever visiting. And I have become obsessed with that store because it's so inexpensive. Like, these glosses I think are $10 each, which nowadays is sometimes less than what you'll spend at the drugstore. Drugstore prices keep going up and up, and they often have deals where I was just in there last week and they had a deal on their lip glosses where if you bought 2 lip glosses, no, they had a deal on their lipsticks. If it had been the glosses, I would have bought more glosses. But the lipsticks were buy 2, get a lip liner free. And there have been times where they've had, you know, buy 2, get 1 free on the glosses. And if they ever have that again, I'm going back. But these are the 3D Hydra glosses. I have them in shade 17. And they're sheer, but they're not so sheer that you get no color. But they're not so pigmented. I mean, you could wear them alone. I typically use them over a lipstick or a matte lipstick. So this is 17. And this is 26, which is a brighter pink. So I think the packaging is pretty. They're shiny, but they're not sticky. I can't say enough good things about these glosses. I believe if you call a store, if you don't have Kiko in anywhere near you, you can call a store and they will ship. I think I asked them that the last time I was in and they said yes, they can ship. Now I want to talk about Glossier. 2 of the standout products from that brand I just repurchased myself. They actually have a duo, a bundle, where you can get the cleanser, the Milky Jelly Cleanser, and the Boy Brow. I think I paid $30 for the duo. First time I got it, Glossier sent it to me for free. I don't know if they put me on their PR list and then took me off. I'm not really sure because I haven't received anything since, but I finished this up, had to rebuy it. And this is another product that at first I didn't like it because I wasn't using it right. I was using it as any other cleanser. I would wet my face first. I would put the pump a little bit into my hand and wash my face, and it didn't remove my makeup. Like I would see on Instagram how they would demonstrate it, and this girl's makeup like didn't have a stitch left after she washed her face. And that's how I saw, number one, how much she was using. You have to actually use a couple pumps. And two, you want to do it on dry skin. So what I do is I take like 3 pumps, so I get a good amount on there, and it takes off every stitch of my makeup, including, I don't wear waterproof mascara, but I wear pretty substantial mascara that stays on. You know, some mascaras like just will not come off even if they're not waterproof. And the one I've been using lately, which is the NYX Worth the Hype, that one is not easy to get off, I haven't found. So, but with this, it gets everything off. And now I'm obsessed with it. Now I love it. So some days I'm still lazy and I will use makeup wipes. Not that it's lazy to use a makeup wipe. Lots of people use makeup wipes, but some days I'll just use makeup wipes, but then other days I reach for this cleanser. It is so good. And then I'm a double cleanser. I've mentioned this before. I will use this to remove my makeup, and then I will use a different cleanser, maybe with a glycolic acid or something like that has more skincare ingredients. This is just really a makeup remover. And then the boy brow. They sent this to me originally in the clear shade, but when I placed this order, I wanted to try the blonde. So that's what I purchased, and that's what I have used today. I just like that. I like that it has the little brush, the tiniest brush that I've ever seen. I think it's even tinier than the one on the Benefit Gimme Brow. I have barely any brows and they're pretty thin, so I like this tiny, tiny brush, and it just makes my brows look more natural, like it's actual hair rather than me, you know, filling in with pencil, which is what I do. I either use pencil or I use like a brow, like Anastasia dip brow or something like that. And that can look a little unnatural, but then applying this through the brow makes it look like it's actual brow hairs, sets them in place all day. And like I said, you can purchase this on their website as a combo like I did. Finally, I wanted to bring in a hair care brand. And I'm gonna talk about Ouai. Yes, it's pronounced Ouai, O-U-A-I. And I have tried probably, well, not everything from the line, a lot of things from the line, because I love Jen Atkin. If you don't know who she is, she's a celebrity hairstylist. She works with the Kardashians, no matter how you feel about them. They usually have pretty good hair. And she came out with this line, and most of the products I have used, unfortunately, have not wowed me. I have been less than impressed with most of them, but the standouts, the ones that I've actually repurchased, are the hair oil. I would say this is my second or third repurchase of this oil. I love the way it smells. If you like gardenia or that fragrance called Kai that was popular several years ago, you will like this. If you don't like that scent, then you would not like the scent, the smell of this. But it's such a nice hair oil. I sometimes use it before I blow dry my hair. More often than not, I will mix it with a little bit of this finishing cream, rake my fingers together. When I'm done doing, you've seen me a lot with my beach waves, that's how I finish. I take a little bit of this and then a little bit of this finishing cream, rub my fingers together, and then rake it through my hair. It takes down the frizzies, it leaves it with a really nice shine, and it smells good. So these two to me are amazing products. And what I also like about this oil, when I've used other oils in the past and I've finished putting them in my hair, I've had to wash my hands off really well, like with soap. But with this, I can just rub it into my hands and it dries real quickly and it softens my hands. So you don't actually have to wash and you don't have that oily feel. It just sinks right in. So as I said, you can use it before you blow dry as a heat protectant, or you can use it after as a finishing defrizzer. So that'll do it for my beauty superstars. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun recording it because I love sharing my favorites with you all. And I want to thank Stephanie Marie for creating this tag. It was such a good idea. I think it's going to be helpful to so many of you viewers. And if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I would love for you to connect with me on social media. I have Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter, all under the name Risa Does Makeup. I will see you all in my next video.